Hello and welcome back to CrestVahllen D&D, the Baker's Dozen. I'm your not-so-humble Dungeon Master, TJ, and we have the distinct pleasure of joining us, Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play a Dragonborn sorcerer, and it's time to get going. God.
I love it. I love it so much.
Don't lie to me.
Cam, is it coming through okay?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
All right, and then up next, all the way over there, we have Angela.
I apologize for how this is going to sound. I'm Nakano. I play Nakano, a tiefling rogue. And, you know, Spider Woman does whatever Spider Woman does.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay, Spider-Woman! Yes, Spider Nakano. And then right below me, we have Cameron.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I play Scoop Pringle. Are you saying it's bad to put magic on a dragon?
Yes.
Yes, most likely. Great. And then Brady Bunch style right here, we have Noelle.
Hi, I'm Noelle. I'm playing today Nishani Ankmut, the ranger, fighter, Kenrin. And, you know, I'm a quartermaster, but a half-caster.
Oh, that's good. Hell.
Fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Quartermaster, but a half-caster. All right, guys. Well, welcome back.
We'll get better
It's been a
at
while. It's been a while, but, you know, we're...
Think about it, mine was gold.
Yeah, Gecko bumps out 17 times.
Get going.
Well, they don't know that.
Yeah.
Well, now they do.
Okay.
I'll edit that in.
No, please don't. Okay, cool. So, y'all want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's do a recap of what happened last time. Pause for dramatic effect. Okay, let's pause said music for a moment, and then we'll get all this nonsensical music, other music stuff ready and going. Here we go. So, as the Baker's Dozen attempts to find a major domo for their new estate, Jin Fushi emerges as a more than capable candidate. The bread and breakfast now in full operation, and the old crew of the Sutamabura now part of the crew of the Panbringer, the party meet with the Seeker and the Salty Mystic at the Saltwatch Pagoda. Plans are shared and a scroll of teleportation circle is given, as well as arcane coordinates for the town of Olongama, where they would be welcomed/received if necessary. A Scoop sends an empty message to Zari Lotfi, in which she refers to herself as Rayan. Visiting Bichem, the group learn that she is constructing a transport ship, or ships, for the survivors of the cultural injustice and hiring the Red Lion Syndicate for protection. With their ship now fully crewed, the Baker's Dozen and head out to sea on their way to the Bagaket Archipelago in search of the mysterious signals and eldritch iconography. While out at sea, Nakano notices a massive blue, worm-like creature streaking through the clouds and across the sky. The creature darts to intercept the ship, half submerging itself and surrounding the vessel, bathed in arcs of electricity. It is revealed that this is the dragon known as Shai Fei Long, and that they are responsible for Tamrin's current condition, even though the process saved his life with a piece of her heart. Filled with abject sorrow and mental instability, the dragon seeks to bring him back, whoever he may be, from the continuum, my love, of our kin. Tamrin offers to try and find her love before she departs in angry confusion. The next day, a Scoop sends a message to Shosheni, and information is shared. Another day passes, and the sunset reveals the silhouette of a small island with a single palm tree and a sail upon it. However, the small landmass appears to be moving and eventually pulls up alongside the ship. Aboard the moving island, revealed to be a giant turtle named Benji, is an old human man with a long beard that has a plethora of assorted goods that is ecstatic to see another face. He has a large bag aboard and tows a giant hollow glass orb filled with even more goods that he reaches into, retrieving a fine mining pick, willing to sell. Now, welcome back to CrestVahllen.
Shake it.
All right, cool. And we're back. So this old man, so he has this big hollow like glass orb, and the only reason why it's floating is because it's filled with a bunch of stuff is because it has a small opening, kind of like a fishbowl that's just kind of floating in the water, and the lip of the fishbowl is tied with some tether or some rope to the to Benji, to actually the base of the palm tree that's growing out of Benji's back. And so he kind of like throws some stuff into another bag and starts to like sort through some things in this glass orb. And he pulls out this mining pick.
I want it.
I know you want it. Okay. And he kind of like pulls it up and shows it to you as you regard it for a moment. Just making sure I'm getting all of my information here. There we go. And he's like,
Oh, you've got my number, huh?
It always pays to be a merchant who knows his customers.
How did you know that?
Well, I could see by the clay and dust that's still on your sea-worn coat, and the fact that you carry a mining pick on your belt, and I can see some cartography tools.
Oh yeah, that's right. There is a mining pick on my belt.
And the cartographer tools that you keep in a harness just under your armpits kind of gave it away.
I mean, I'm not just gonna I'm on my ship. I'm not just gonna carry my pick around with me. But yeah, I guess. What is this magical pick?
Oh, who said this was magical?
Well, I don't think you would sell me a regular pick, right? I mean, I've already got a pick.
Oh, well, you're quite the discerning customer then. Yes, it is somewhat enchanted. Perhaps it was the glowing runes on its handle and the metal that gave it away.
Both observant.
Yeah.
I spot that because I'm a spotter.
you spot that with your high passive perception. And he's
So
like,
what is
kind
it?
of like hands it out to you, open hands, gives it to you.
I'll take a hold of it.
He's like,
Huh?
What you prefer in trade, obviously. This is a bargain. You know, I don't just give things away. What kind of
Well, I know. I'm not
that's
taking
what
it. I was,
mean.
I need to
Oh, you'd
heft it.
like to-
I need
oh.
to feel it.
Oh, of course, yes, of course. Don't
Yeah.
run away with it now. Naughty, naughty.
I'll heft it in my hands. Do I feel anything when I hold it?
You feel it's actually roll an Arcana check.
$17.
17. This is absolutely magical. You can absolutely send like a thrumming kind of glow, kind of like a thrum and a glow from it, and it appears to be like responding to you specifically, like as a person, like almost as it's sensing the fact that you are like a dirt historian. for lack of a better term. Like it almost is as if it's like, oh hey, I see you.
Cool.
The other thing you get from it is that it is definitely enchanted. It appears to. Ooh, do any of you have?
No one has identify if that's what you're asking.
No, I wasn't going to ask that. I was going to ask. Do any of you have gemstones on you?
As in,
Gemstones, like precious stones,
A scoop usually knows, right?
sapphires, rubies, diamonds,
I think I have
emeralds.
Yeah, I got diamonds.
You got diamonds.
Yeah.
As you kind of feel this, you see that some of the runes, like along, like just as it gets closer to a scoop. Well, it's kind of it's difficult, but like it does appear to like glow a little bit, but doesn't give you like any direction or anything.
It's like hot and cold.
Not so much. It's a little less more. It's a little more vague than that. It's more of just like it's next to me. It's not next to me.
Hot and cold.
So I assume this helps excavating of some kind. What exactly does it do?
Well, this particular mining pick can also be used as a weapon. A weapon
Ooh.
against creatures that are made of stone and metal and earth and materials, and it's quite good at pulling them apart and making sure you get to what's really inside of them, is getting them going. If you understand what I mean.
Do you know-
Get
how do you know this?
detritus out of the way. Oh well, a good merchant knows his craft.
And where did you get this?
Oh, a good merchant keeps his sources.
That's fair enough.
Anyway, it also, as you can see, it's very interesting, is able to detect nearby precious metals, regular metals, earth, clay, depending on what it is you want it to detect.
How often can this gonna do this? Just all the time, ambiently?
Usually, if you just take a moment to sit down and maybe nap with it, or just an hour or so, or after a good night's sleep, you usually can you gotta just whisper to it what it is you're looking for, as long as it's like something from the earth. Gemstones, metals, clay, dirt, stone, and it.
I don't think I need something to detect dirt, but
That's a more specific version of a locate object.
Grinder.
We're at sea for a long time.
Perhaps.
that's true. Oh,
If you said
thinking.
limestone, it would tell you if there's limestone nearby. If you said diamonds, it would tell you if there was diamonds nearby. If you said, adamantine, it would tell you if there's adamantine nearby.
pretty cool.
And it also is quite good at damaging creatures made of these types of materials and ores from the earth.
What's it made out of?
Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. If I'm not entirely, it's a polished wooden handle, and the metal head looks like it's nothing more than a previously galvanized steel that has probably, been a little worn. But the runes and the enchantment on it makes it quite hardy and very difficult to damage and destroy.
I see.
And being as
How much are you asking for it?
Oh. Would you prefer to barter?
Well,
I have no use.
I
for
would.
going out on the
I see that
seas.
you're rather sunburned there. Been
Oh.
sitting out in the sun all the time, right?
Yes, I have a pink leathery complexion after all of these. Yes,
Don't you ever get tired of sitting in direct sun all the time?
well, I have a palm tree. It's
Yeah, but
nice.
it's it only works when the sun's all the way up in the sky, right? You need something that'll protect
Well,
you
just
all
get over to
all
the
the
other
day.
side. Oh, okay, I'm listening.
What you need is a sun hat. And boy, do I have the hat for you.
Is that the one you're wearing right now?
Indeed it is, but I got more of the same. I got wider brim if you want. I got shorter
Wider
brim.
brim. Oh, I don't want it to be too wide, or it would bump me off the edge of Benji.
Suppose that's true.
Oh, do you have a 14 3/4 inch brim?
I'm sure I do. Let me go check the stocks.
You go down into the hold to the box of hats.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll a luck check for me and see if there's a 14 3/4.
What is luck? Just a regular old
Just a
D20, right?
D20 and tell me what you get.
12.
12. Okay, so you find a sun hat. It is not a straw sun hat. It is. It's not woolen. It's like a houndstooth sun hat. But it is like lined with felt on the inside. It's a little warm. It's almost like
I don't remember what a houndstooth is. Let's look it up.
It's a little warmer. So it's almost like a sun hat that somebody would wear in a high elevation area that's somewhat cold, but the sun is still very, very strong.
Yeah. It's kind of like a Sherlock's Holmes kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah, but it's like wide, all the way brimmed around.
Yeah.
Like it's like one of those hats that it's like a high-low sun hat where the back is only like 4 inches, but then it gets to that big like oblong part where the front is like 12 inches.
Yeah.
And it's a little warm for this weather, especially being out at sea.
Nah.
But it also could be good for keeping a head warm in like a storm, especially when during on autumn and winter out at sea. And it is autumn now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I have here for you a lovely tweed sun hat for you that works well in all conditions. Perfect for the sun. Perfect for when it gets even a little chilly at night. You can keep your head warm. Protects you from the rain. It's really a marvelous hat. It's stylish as hell too.
Oh, it is just stylish.
I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect for you.
I feel like I'm
Let's
going to break
put it
this
on. Let's put
case
it on.
wide open. Oh,
Wow, look at that.
oh.
You look 20 years younger.
Oh, you flatterer. Oh, goodness. I'm afraid. Oh, dear. Benji, don't get jealous.
We can find a hat for Benji too if you want.
Yeah, why
we
don't
can
you get a
totally
hat
do
for
it.
Benji? Preferably a waterproof one.
Do we have one of those
Sure.
swimming caps?
Yeah.
Go roll ahead another luck check. See if you have a swimming cap in the crate of hats.
As I continue scratching Benji's like chin area.
He's just like,
8.
8. So no swimming cap. But you do have
That
what
would be
looks
funny.
like it's kind of like a mix of those old like first edition football helmets that were just leather caps and like with a cross between like an aviator's helmet
Yeah.
that has like the dangly bits, and you do find something like that. It is a little big for any of you. It looks like it might be able to fit Benji, but you'd need to strap it. It like pretty much would look like a giant turtle with an aviator cap on.
We must do this.
Wait, this has to happen. I'll strap it on.
Okay, you jump down, you help him strap it on. He just kind of like adjusts his head and turns it so you can put the latch on. Just to have like a brass handle, and you clasp it on him, and he's just like,
What do you think, Benji?
he just like turns around and looks at the old man, and he just kind of like does that turtle smile thing. With the thin eyes, with wearing an aviator cap, and this other guy in a tweed, it's this very feminine tweed sun hat that comes out like a gardening hat, and but meant for
What a
like
pair.
winter. And they look at each other, and like Benji pulls up a flipper, and the old man goes like,
Looking good, Benji. Does he understand me?
"Oh, that's right, he understands you."
It does.
Benji looks at you and he's like,
My man.
I was like, this is wonderful. This is wonderful.
"Go ahead and roll a persuasion check at advantage."
I love how we've just become like hat salesmen as well.
Yeah, it's
On the
pretty
side.
great.
Can you guidance, or is this something you can't guidance?
Yeah, you can guidance this if you'd like to. Yeah.
There
So
you go.
that's D4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of, because you speak to Benji and say, "Looking good, Benji," as you pat Tamron on the back.
Is it worth a bend luck? Let's see.
You got persuasion at advantage,
Oh no!
plus a d4.
I'm gonna bend luck as well. I rolled 2 4s.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah.
So you add a d4 and then you add another d4, right?
Yeah. So
Is it
now
bend
that's
luck?
a total of just horrible rolls all around. 7.
With persuasion?
Yeah. Yep.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Ow.
forgot to add my persuasion. I forgot to add.
Yeah.
Sorry. I rolled a 7. Rolled a 7.
did you?
So 15. No, sorry. 13. Sorry.
13.
Did you do the guidance?
Yeah.
Okay, so Benji kind of dips his head under the water, gets the cap wet, and it's like, it's nice and leather, so it's usually it's okay being wet. It's just not too much, especially in the salty water, but you'll figure it out. And the old man takes off the cap for a moment, folds it, kind of bends the brim in his fingers for a moment, and is like, looks at Benji. Benji's like,
These are really nice hats, but, a magic pickaxe is a one-of-a-kind find.
Have you ever seen a tweed sun hat before?
I admit it's quite a unique thing, but... you got me feeling the type of way. I feel like I just need a little bit more to make me feel more comfortable about this mercantile arrangement.
I'm gonna put a little chaos in this and say Hurt's on the ship, and you just gave away 2 hats.
Her is on the ship. She's absolutely on the ship. She's in her captain's spot, at the wheel, at the helm.
Well, how would you like a regular pickaxe as well?
She is staring daggers at the both of you, like. So, you really giving away my hats?
What about can maybe how about a little bit of knowledge so you can make your own, aloe kind of and help with the sunburn? You'll be more comfortable that way. I can teach you how to do that pretty quickly.
You have aloe?
I know how to make it from the seaweed and
Well,
stuff.
that's great, but I don't have room for crops. So,
No, seaweed. Like, you can scrape it off of Benji. I see he has a little bit of algae here. You can use that to...
Oh, interesting. All right. What do you think, Benji? Can I get rid of some of your algae?
He's like, my algae, at first. Because you can understand him, can't you?
No, I can't understand. I can
No,
talk to him.
Michelle can.
I understand
Right.
I understand plants, so
Oh,
I
okay,
guess
so you hear the
technically
algae go,
I understand.
It begins getting scraped off of the underside of Benji. As the algae's like, let's shuffle off this motor coil as this algae on the seas. Gets scraped off the bottom of Benji. And
I'm sorry,
so
don't-
you start working it, and it's like, we died for you.
La 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 la. Just making some aloe.
Great. So you make like go ahead and roll. I'm gonna say a nature check.
Okay.
to make some aloe out of this algae, or some suntan lotion out of it. Sunscreen.
It's nature. If it's nature, it's 6.
Oh goodness. So you just killed a bunch of algae, and it's this goop, and it looks like goop. and the old man's like, I don't think I want to put that on me.
It'll still block the sun's rays, you know.
Okay, hold on.
Can I like observe the goop?
Oh my god.
See if I can do
Okay,
it.
so he rolled a natural 1 for his insight. He said,
Oh, okay.
okay. And he just picks it up and splops it on his head and then puts the hat over it. And then like you can see it streaming down the side of his face. Very like, what was Rudolph Giuliani hair dye streaming down his face.
Yes.
Like dripping down the forehead, going down his nose, and coming down the side of his face of just this green paste that's like now dripping on the sides of his shoulders.
We made this insane-looking merchant much more insane-looking.
I take out the actual vial or jar of aloe vera salve and just put a little bit. Oh, you missed the spot right here.
Like, oh, thank you. How do I look, Benji?
Benji just looks at him like, and then turns around and ducks his head under the water.
You don't know shit, Benji. All right. But okay. Yeah, I think that's fair trade. Show me how you made this sun begone goop.
All right, sun begone goop. You take 1 part algae, and then I describe how I made it.
Sure.
Even though, like, clearly I'm BSing, apparently.
It reminds me of like a kid in the backyard who's making like mud pies. That's pretty much how you go about it. Okay, so you do that. He's like,
Thank you very much.
and he looks like he like carves the instructions to it on the trunk of the pine tree, like in like a shorthand for him, so he doesn't forget. And he's like, well, very well. Looks like business is done. Here's your mining pick.
Thank you very much, friend.
You're very welcome. Is there anything else I can interest you in?
Did we ever get your name?
No, you didn't.
Well, I am sorry. I feel like I should have asked your name before I like put aloe on your nose directly, but
That's okay. I'm used to it. You know, I used to have a name that I used to remember, but it's been a while, and I just started making up my own names. So, for now, you can just call me Kenji.
Oh,
Kenji and Benji, all right.
Angela's babysitting a dog named Kenji all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a good? Yeah.
Well, I can't say I'm a good boy, but I'll do my best. Well, now that we've had at least one transaction, would you like a coconut?
He grabs a coconut from the palm tree and cracks it over his knee.
Damn.
Yeah, that's a hard
knee there, friend.
You hear 2 cracks, one from his kneecap and one from the coconut. What's happening? over
Do you need surgery now?
Yeah, hopefully not.
there? Y'all are like staring at it like a bird just hit the window.
Oh, I put a bird feeder out, and I've been waiting for birds to come, and there's birds near it. Birds. Sorry.
A bunch of seagulls come
magical.
down, start start pestering Kenji because of the algae that's baking on his head. Okay.
Ooh. Do you want a little fish to go with it? We have some leftover. Just got it yesterday.
Sure. Yeah, how about let's have a little raw sashimi and the coconut sauce. Does sound good. The coconut milk. Yum.
Ooh.
Little soup.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there? And he's like, is there anything else I can interest you in?
I mean, I'm okay, but Nakano, you're do you ever wish you had like armor like me? You have like studded leather armor.
What kind? You have studs. Yeah, I could use some studs on my my leather armor.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? It's like the badass.
Yeah.
You get a little
Oh,
bit of
yeah.
there's like some finer armor than what you're wearing, because it looks pretty beat up. Doesn't look like it's protecting you too much. Let me see. And he just kind of sucks it all and throws it down. He's like, okay, let me go check my glass bowl. And he just dives into his glass bowl and starts pulling stuff out. You see like a baby.
Can I also add some spikes for my like knuckles?
Oh, you want spiked
Yes.
knuckle gloves? Like fingerless spiked
Awesome.
knuckle gloves?
Yes.
Cool.
Let's see what he has.
Just one.
Just one?
Just one.
Just a Michael Jackson
Yeah,
spiked
my
knuckle
red.
glove? He's like,
Wasn't that coconut?
I don't think I have spikes. I have just regular gloves, and you can cut them off and put spikes on them if you want, but I don't have...
I can do the rest. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
One pair of
Yeah, we can-
gloves? Just one glove? Or what? A pair of gloves?
Just one.
Just what? Left
Just
or right?
Right.
Right. Leather?
Yes.
All right. One right leather glove. Oh, how am I going to sell the other one? All right. And then, okay. Starts digging
Oh,
out.
you could toss it in if I need an extra from maybe it's damaged. I'll use it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Sounds good. You have two left hands. Wonderful. We'll throw the other one in there. And he starts digging through, and he like throws out a baby rattle and like what looks like an old bone of some indiscriminate creature. He starts digging even further. Some mango that like has what looks like a sentient bug in a inside of it in a living room, sitting on a couch that goes like when it sees you and scurries back into the mango. And then he eventually pulls out this piece of studded leather armor. He's like, "Oh, this should fit you well." I do have to mention that the studs are made of a very nice, high-quality silver and can accept enchantments and magics very, very well. They're good at catalyzing and like if you want to put like boopity boop boop, kind of like Kazam stuff into it, you can. It's like really, really good at accepting that stuff. It's like it's sort of open. It's very, very open-minded armor. But it'll do better at protecting you than what that is. If you want. You could also probably, there are some studs on the shoulders. You could probably find a way to heat it up a little bit and make spikes out of it if you want. Kept those pesky. Get out! No! Seagull, go away. Keep those fuckers from landing on you. Now that you mention it, maybe I'll make my own spiked pauldrons.
Are those seagulls?
I'm
Just
Mad
imagining
Max
this-
this shit, Benji.
Free food.
All right, well, this will be a set of studded leather armor for you. Now, normally, I know my trade. I understand. Usually, this is 45 gold worth of armor. You understand? Oh, yes, but for you, I'll do it for 42 gold, unless you have something of equal or greater value that you'd like to barter with.
I am going to keep what I have, but I will take the 42 gold. I'll take it for 42.
Okay, great. Can I buy something off of you for 42 gold then? Because I don't really have any use for gold.
You know what I feel like you could use,
Would
friends?
you like?
Rat.
I feel like you haven't heard a good story in a while, right?
42 gold.
Oh, I have a plethora of stories, but I'm always up to hear another.
I'll weave him can I weave him a tale?
What tale would you like to weave?
Let's
Are you my mother?
weave.
Leave it with guidance.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll just do I'll just tell him about what literally just happened, like yesterday.
Oh, with Shai Fei Long?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What is the date?
Interesting. So he goes into his bag that's sitting by the tree, not the fishbowl, but the big bag, and he pulls out what looks like an old tortoise shell, or an old like sea turtle shell that has long since like the turtle's no longer in it, and it's like it's cracked in half and opened up, and it looks like he'd been using this like to make notes on. And he sits down with a piece of like sharp charcoal and what looks like it does look like he has, it's odd, he has this like quill made out of an albatross feather and this well of ink that's made out of it's like dusty ink. It's weird, but it looks like it's made out of like charcoal and some other plant matter that you've never seen before. And he pulls out and he starts to like write down what it is. Why don't you go ahead? Ooh, roll tail weaver check. I'm gonna say just a straight charisma check.
What, did you guide me? A scoop? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Um, 19.
19. That's pretty damn good. You add flourishes, not embellishments, but just flourishes as you use like very descriptive, beautiful, colorful language to describe what it is. And he's like, whoa. And there are times where he's just so enraptured in the story that he forgets to write it down. And he's like, oh, and he and he continues to write it down. And he's like, that was quite the tale. You said it was a true story?
Yeah, it actually happened like just a couple days ago.
Interesting. Wow. So you're one of those fancy fella kin thingies then, eh?
Yeah, fancy fellow. This is who I am.
Ooh,
That's right.
this is quite interesting. It's quite very, very interesting. Oh, pardon me, it seems like my camera is a little askew. Oh, yeah.
He's not just a giant kobold or gecko.
Yeah, I thought I was a giant kobold for quite some time.
Interesting. Well, that was a wonderful story, and that will keep me entertained for the next couple about maybe Benji, why don't we go see if we can find this thing? Yeah, it sounds super dangerous, but we've been through worse.
I wouldn't.
Oh, okay, maybe we don't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a wonderful story. I'd be happy to hand you the gloves and the armor for the story. Is there anything else that I could What'd you like to get?
What?
Got anything for Spotter?
Spotter? You got spots on your clothes? You did. What?
Well,
He needs
personnel
a tide pen.
You need a tide? I might have a tide pen. Hold on, let me check. Well, it's about 15 years old, but it might be a little dry, but it'll just lick the tip.
Ew.
Especially after putting it in tides, I think.
Oh.
Bada bing, bazinga. Oh, you didn't laugh. That's my best material.
Oof.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hmm.
you need something for spots? You want ink?
Never mind.
You mean looking for things, right?
Oh,
A scoop.
like binoculars.
Yeah, you're the one that's... Yes, sure.
You want binoculars?
What are
I
binoculars?
don't have binoculars.
All right. What are
I'm kind of
binoculars?
surprised myself. I don't know what binoculars are either. Just the word just kind of came in on a current of wind, just entered my ears, and then went
It
out the
sounds
other way.
right, though.
Well,
Yeah.
using the power of deduction, if we have a monocle, that's one, right? So a
Mm.
monocular,
bimonocle.
a bi
A biocle.
must
A
be mean
bionicle.
two, right?
Nope,
I
not
don't
one of
think
those.
that's the same thing. Although, do you have any of those? Those things are sick as hell.
I
They were-
might have
they were-
the
oh, you played with them
Ninjago
too when you were
set.
Yeah.
cool,
Oh, yeah.
cool. Yeah, they were so fun.
Yeah, they were rad.
I bought it off a collector neckbeard a couple of years ago. You interested in the Lego Ninjago or the Bionicle Kuatoa, or
God.
whatever they're called?
I want the Kuatoa.
You want the Kuatoa Bionicle? All right. What do you got? I'll give you the Kuatoa Bionicle for, what do you have?
I don't know. You gave her a price. Give me a price.
Well, what do you got on you? Unless you want to let me go through your ship. Or I could use. I could use one of those. Maybe a smaller one. You have like, and he points to the ballista. You got like a spear gun with like a tether attached to it, or a crossbow with a rope.
Gonna put the crossbow on the turtle?
Yeah, mounted on benches behind it, so we can get anchor tethers and pull in stuff and go fishing.
Fishing.
I mean, they've got a spear. You could tie a rope to the end of it if you wanted to.
I have a crossbow I don't use very much anymore.
Oh yeah?
Is it a hand crossbow
Yeah.
or a light crossbow?
Light crossbow.
Oh, that could do if you I'll tell you what, if you can find a way to tether a rope to a couple bolts, and you hand that over here yonder to old Kenji's hands, you might have a deal.
So you want the rope and the bolts and the crossbow?
Yes,
For what is
please.
it? A bionicle? Is this really happening?
Kuatoa Bionicle, like a little fetish of a Kuatoa, Bionicle size. They're
Oh, I see.
fully articulate, what is it called? No.
Articulated arms, yes.
Articulated,
yes.
fully articulated,
Like-
legs, hands, even
yep,
the head goes, ooh, a little idle. Bionicle.
Please don't sue us.
This is free advertising right here.
I'm just gonna beep, beep.
Oh no.
I'll pass actually.
Well, suit yourself. It's quite the collector's item. You'll never find it anywhere else. Anything else then I can interest you in? I've got a whole buttload.
But pretty much as he starts to pulls things out of his sack, anything that you could find in the armor, weapons, or mundane tools, packs, that kind of thing, in the player's handbook, he has here. He has things like explorer's packs, thieves' tools,
Including a light crossbow?
Yes, but the one he has is broken. But as far not as so much as weapons, but he does have certain, a bunch of different types of armors that have a weird kink about them, and I don't mean that sexually. I mean that one piece of the metal plating is bent or something. But he does have things like explorers packs, dungeoneers packs, things like that, artisan tools of any types, whether it be glass blowers tools or thieves
Can I
tools.
ritually do detect magic and see what items kind of explode with power in a sense?
Oh, glow from his glass globe.
Yeah. See
Sure.
which one's the strongest.
Sure, you guys. He finishes his little meal. He applies some more algae. You guys just keep going a little bit. You have a little chit chat. You finish your ritual. There are a couple things in his there are a couple things in his glass fishbowl globe and one thing in his sack that are magical. Most of what you sense is abjuration magic. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
That's not bad. 14.
14. Most of what you're sensing is abjuration magic, and what you used to understand with the 14 Arcana check is that this type of abjuration magic is a very subtle, like low quality magic, meaning that most of what you're sensing here are items that have been enchanted just to be more sturdy. Like they're just regular mundane items. Technically, they still count as magical items, so they still do like magical things, but they don't have like magical effects. They're just magic for the sake of being magic, and therefore last a long time and are really, really hard to break / destroy. Like you see what looks like the shape of like a book that appears to be like some sort of like old like text that looks like a farmer's almanac or something, that is like enchanted to withstand salt water and all that stuff, and a couple of other odds and ends. You do see, however, is what looks like some sort of dart, like almost like a playing dart game dart, that does have a different type of magic in it. If you just give me a moment to check my notes here.
Same thing. What does the pickaxe look like as well?
The pickaxe has, I believe I would call it divination magic, because it is able to detect types of metals and earth and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is
right, give me one moment here.
No one has darts, right?
No, I mean,
a dart is, I believe, is a simple weapon. So
I could use it, but it's only like D4s, I think, right? So
is there multiple darts along with it?
No, it is just a single dart.
Okay.
It appears to have a conjuration magic in it. So it's like some sort of summoning magic.
Maybe you can throw it and it'll appear back to you.
That's cool.
Maybe. Saying as Noelle, not the character.
Right.
Yeah. What's with the dart? Is it simple?
And you point to
One
there,
thing.
and he like dives into the thing, and he pulls it out, and you see this dart that has what looks like fish scales along its shaft, and fish fins that make up the like guiding fins for like a dart, like the fletching. And the point itself looks like a ship's anchor with like a point coming out the bottom of the anchor. And it looks like as you're holding it, you're not sure if it's wet or if it's just constantly wet all the time. And it almost has its like own little gravitational force, as there's this like single bead of water that just continues to orbit around it in like a spiral up and back and down it.
That's cool. Well,
What's going on with this? Just certainly a cool dart.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I call this the whirlpool dart. If you throw it, sometimes you can make a whirlpool.
that's cool.
Does it come back to you, or have to retrieve it?
No, it doesn't come back to you. But if you speak the command word to it, and you say "ma blet" to it, and as soon as he says the word, a whirlpool starts to form. He's like, "Oh shit!" As a whirlpool starts to form right under Benji, which is like a spiraling whirlpool in a 15-foot radius, 10-foot high cylinder, as like the water starts to pick up and spin Benji around, and he's all caught in it with all of his stuff. I'm going to say that a Scoop and Tamarin need to roll a strength saving throw, please.
What is this for?
This 15-foot wide, 10-foot high cylinder of a water whirlpool appears and like has enveloped Benji and everybody in like
Oh, no,
the
I know.
immediate area.
Why am I rolling a strength saving throw?
Because you're right next to it.
Oh. I'm not on the ship?
You are. He's right next to the ship. It's in a 15-foot diameter.
Oh, I see. I understand. I rolled a 20, so.
Okay, you're
Yeah, you got
fine.
11.
11. Okay. Moment. Where are the rest of you? It's like all my D8s disappeared. There they are. Oh no.
Oh, it does damage.
There you are. Grab you.
So you don't have to throw it. You just say it, and it just makes a whirlpool. That's crazy.
That's maximum damage. That is, ouch. You both take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as this water crashes into you.
Both?
Benji and Kenji,
Not me, right?
both of you.
You
Yeah,
got a natural
Cameron,
20.
I got a natural 20.
you take half. You take half on a success.
So I take 4? Oh, I take... So it's still
You took
8.
8. It was 16.
Whoa.
Oh, so it's 10 for
You
save?
see Benji and Kenji completely get caught in the center of this, get battered around by it, and are drop unconscious, like, caught in this whirlpool. You see a bunch of his stuff gets pulled out of his bag and his glass cylinder, and like starts to get like dispersed throughout the whirlpool. Eventually, the whirlpool, after about 6 or 7 seconds, does die down, and you see Kenji like barely, like unconscious, completely unconscious. And Kenji is unconscious on his shell with just like one arm. Some of the algae that's attached to him has wrapped around Benji's leg, and they're both like unconscious and floating. Some of his stuff is starting to like sink down into the water. Yeah.
I go try to do a medicine check on Benji the turtle.
Okay.
So they're fully down then. If
They're
they are, I'll
fully
just
down. They're fucked
Okay.
up.
Bonus healing or healing word for Kenji.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll your medicine check.
Yeah. 27.
27. You stabilize Benji, but he's still unconscious.
Ooh,
Buddy.
max. I got 9.
9. Okay. Kenji chokes up a bunch of water, still the whirlpool dart gripping in his hand. He's like, damn it! I gotta be more careful. Oh no! And he sees some of his stuff starting to sink like 5 feet every second, and he starts to like dive down, like trying to.
I'll jump in and help him do that.
Okay. Anybody else jumping in and helping him?
I mean, I'll help once I'm done with the medicine check,
got it.
whenever that's done.
Anybody
Yeah,
other
help
than
him.
Tamron then? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Both of you
Mario.
guys roll. I'm gonna say dexterity checks. See how fast you or athletic. I'll say you can either roll straight dexterity or athletics.
Natural 20.
Hey,
He's still in
Dexterity.
my total.
straight dexterity or athletics.
If since I have a swim speed now, do I need to do anything different?
No,
with
no.
that, or-
It's just that you're busy with the medicine check.
Okay,
And it's
cool.
21 for total.
Okay, cool.
5.
Athletics.
Tamron, you jump in and realize that you're not the greatest swimmer, and but the scoop grabs you and kind of like throws you under something that's sinking, and it takes all of your might just to prevent it from sinking any further. A scoop, you get like 90% of the stuff. What appears that to fall, it looks like there was like just an odd shaped stone that had like a starfish attached to it. And oh, we lost somebody. There was like an odd shaped stone that had like a starfish attached to it. That
Nope, no, we didn't.
whoa.
Nope.
There we go. Let's fix that. Uh-oh. We're in
Odd
no
fish
video on
stone
the
that
well.
has starship.
That's okay. It's an odd shaped stone that had a starfish attached to it, and then you just see the starfish kind of like come up with 3 of his limbs and just go like, and just like kind of pull his arms up as though it's going, freedom, finally, as it just sinks down to the bottom. But the rest of the stuff, you are able to...
Freedom.
Yes. You are able to retrieve and save. We'll give Noel a minute to figure what's going on here.
Oh. There we go.
Don't know why it froze, but it did.
I still don't see your video. It says you have video disabled.
Should be back now.
Yeah,
I
this year.
see
We'll
her.
see you.
Okay.
I do not. Let me... Here, we can cut this. Just give me a minute, and I'll... There we go.
One.
Boom. All right, yeah, we'll just cut
Sweet.
that and fix that. Okay, so yes, you see this odd-shaped stone with this starfish start to sink down, and it's like 3 of its limbs come out, and it like pulls its hands up, and it's like, yang, hooray, hooray, as though it's like freedom, finally, as it sinks to the bottom of the thing. That's the only thing you were unable to save. What does float to the top is that mango with this like weird bug in it. That's like it looks like it's in a towel and a robe that was just trying to take a shower and it got a bunch of salt water all over it. It looks at its rug and its couch that's now sopping wet, and it just like takes like the mango door, like the skin, and just peels it closed as it kind of glares at all of you as it's just floating on the surface of the water. And you help Kenji gather almost all of his stuff, and he's like, thank you very much, sorry. Pardon me. You know what? I don't think I want this anymore. I don't want that to happen anymore. You take it. Just thanks for helping me. What do you say?
You're welcome.
Sure.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank
So this is a little bit more about it so you don't make the same mistakes I do. I call this the Whirlpool Dart.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it. I won't say it. Here, he writes it.
Can you spell it?
M-A-R-B-L.
I'm just gonna take it from him before anything happens.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
So you can,
I can say it, or maybe.
So when you can throw the dart, and then if you say the word, you make a whirlpool. But you can only do it like
Once.
Once per day. Yeah, something like that. And you make a whirlpool. It's really, really big. And it's a pain in the ass. But like you can throw it at somebody and go pook pook and poke them with it. It hurts. And then you can make a whirlpool happen on them. It sucks.
Oh,
and
God.
anything within 15 foot of them. That's a big old thing. That's 50 feet. That's 30-foot diameter, mind you. That's massive.
That's full.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, and so, obviously it, sucks everything up and throws things about, and so it's a pain in the butt, but it's useful. Anyway, I don't want it anymore. It's too much of a liability.
I'm gonna tap.
I will add these to your our private Discord, and then I will update the public Discord, CrestVahllen Hub server, after the episode.
There's a little starfish dude that got away or something.
Oh, little dagnabbit. I was hoping to use him for a ransom. Oh, no, they're bad. Starfish are like bad. They're like real nasty little bastards. They're just crawl up all. He belongs to a particular clan of starfish that like to climb into sleeping mouths of people that fall asleep on the beach that get sunburned, and then, to start to like eat the stomachs of people. He's bad dude, real bad news. No, you don't want to have. No, he was my leverage to like try to make sure that people don't. But I'll find the little snickerwhacker. I'll get him again. He's a bad dude.
Oh, snickerwhacker. That sounds offensive.
You know how gross they are? Their stomach. They can spit out their own stomachs to eat something bigger. Talk about gluttons. I mean, come on. Cardinal sin.
I mean, is it the sin if they were, like, if they evolved that way? I mean, it's actually really cool that they did
They evolved into an asshole?
It's not an asshole. It's a...
No, I mean, they actually look like an asshole when the stomach comes out.
Yeah, they did evolve like that. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mhm.
I hope I don't evolve into an asshole. I like my asshole right where it is. I don't want to spit my stomach out of it.
Although could be pretty great if you had a really big, nice feast. I don't know. I'm just saying. There's things to be found in.
To eat it with your asshole?
No, just you can eat the whole thing in one foul. Oh.
I feel like we're still circling back on that whole gluttony thing. But anyway, starfish suck. Literally. Anyway, so just for snickerwhacker, I'm going to get him. Anyway, well, is there anything else I could... Is there anything else I can get you?
Are there any other blades or magical kind of weapons that you might
I don't believe I have any more other magical weapons. That's pretty much all I have. If you're looking for just a regular piece of metal that's sharpened on one end, I think I got a couple of those. I got a machete. Maybe a short sword here or there.
Do you have any potions or ingredients or anything like that?
Now we're talking. Let me see what I got here. See, Benji, why don't you open up? Benji? Oh no, Benji!
What's happening?
He's fine. He's just taking a little nap. It's okay.
Benji.
Let me cheer you.
Oh, Benji. Is it gonna be okay?
He'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Benji. He walks over to one of the hexagonal plate or whatever, however many sides are the plates on a tortoise shell, and he hits it with his hand, and it kind of pops open with a hinge. And he's like, right here is where I keep the good stuff. Poor Benji. Okay. And he pulls out 2 potions. One looks like a very large red potion, about the size of about this big, this big. The other looks like a sea blue potion that appears to be with salt water that keeps moving around in itself. Even if you hold it still, it keeps swirling about. Well, I got this one that for 8 hours will help you breathe underwater. Yeah, it's really good. And I got this one. We call this a greater healing potion.
Oh shit.
Yeah, this one. Some other bought this with another fellow that was moving about that really had a thing for bionicles, and so made sure I got a good deal out of it. Yeah. Oh, he almost bought all of my Ninjagos, but I make sure I kept the ones that were manufacturer defects because they're worth a mint.
Fine, I'll take the Ninjago thing.
You want the Ninjago or do you want the Koatoa Bionicle?
It's the same. I'll take the Koatoa because that's more related.
Want the Koatoa? All right, here we go. That's
And I will help.
Thinking about that. Here we go.
Okay.
And how about the 2 potions for the crossbow?
Oh, well, I mean, if I'm putting in a nice, you're gonna have to make it a little bit more enticing than that. I mean, these are quite expensive, and this is a collector's item.
Let's see what else I can toss in there.
You can toss in a couple spears if you want.
I could use some spears.
I know you've got the couple. Two spheres. That's fine.
helpful.
Okay.
How about this super cool ancient elven coin?
Oh, you got any more of those?
Just the one.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, come on. He doesn't need to know how many I have.
I don't know, but you just did straight up lie to him.
With guidance.
With guidance.
18.
18.
Oh, pity. Well, yeah, it looks rather interesting. I bet I could get a coin collector, get some good stuff out of that. Maybe I could even get another potion. All right, I'll take that. A crossbow, a couple of spears. What else?
How about, have you heard of opium before?
Oh, no, don't give this guy opium.
Just one dose.
You got a bump?
No.
But use it only for pain, like, say one of those whirlpools hits you
He's
again.
gonna use it right away.
I don't like this. I'm sorry I brought drugs into this world, y'all.
Well, here's the deal. I would, but Benji's on the wagon, and I don't want to be that type of temptation for him.
Oh, that's totally fine. I use it only for medical purposes anyways.
Oh, me too.
Healing.
I can heal Benji for you.
Okay.
What? You
I
can?
can heal Benji.
Heal him! Do it now!
Oh, it's part
Do
of the
it
bargain.
now!
But it's part of the bargain. Do you agree?
Oh my god.
Fine!
Alright. I heal him.
How much do you heal him for?
I was just gonna.
8.
Benji comes up with the aviator cap still on.
Like, oh, Benji! Benji, I'm so glad you're okay! Oh, you got a bruise. Don't worry, we'll put some of the new algae aloe vera on it. It'll heal right up. Okay.
Hey guys, I got a barnacle!
All right,
Oh,
I'll take the
Lord.
crossbow and the spears and the rest of it. And
Potions, yes.
I'd give you anything, for Benji. He would do anything for you,
Aw.
buddy.
Great, so you guys have a greater healing potion. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that is 4d4 plus 4 healing.
That's massive.
I feel like we're taking advantage of this.
And you get a potion of water breathing. This potion of water breathing, once you drink it, you can breathe water for 8 hours.
I guess technically they're javelins, not spears, but
That's fine.
Well,
Alright.
it's about time I'll be hitting the old salty trail. Yeah. If there's nothing else, I do hope
No.
you don't run into the scary snake thing again. And maybe I'll see you on the tides.
yeah. If you see a little whale called Eo, he's a good friend of mine. Say hi.
Okay, I'll say hi to Eo.
He's like
Wait.
blowing at his sail, trying to get him to like have a dramatic drift off.
Remember Kenji and Benji.
He's still like 2 feet away.
Amazing. I'll Druid craft just a little
Look,
gust
cool.
as he's doing it, so it's a slight, ever so slightly more effective.
Yes,
Like
the seas have called. I must go. Remember Kenji and Benji. Ooh.
maybe like 2 inches instead of 1 inch each breath.
Yeah.
I feel like people see it lost it, no?
He starts bending down and paddling. And eventually, slowly but surely, he goes off into the horizon. Who's holding on to the potions?
Cameron.
Me? I think maybe Miss Shani, because you're kind of
Yeah.
the doctor of the group here.
Okay, do you want me to hold on to both of them or just the one?
I think both.
Okay.
I will say it's helpful to have a character that does not have any healing capabilities to have a potion.
Mm-hmm. So
That's
maybe
everyone but
actually,
me.
maybe actually.
Do you have healing capabilities, Miss Shani?
I mean, I can at least just stabilize you.
Oh,
I'm not
yes.
sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you didn't choose any healing spells as your spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
No, I do have a healing spirit, so I do have that.
Oh yeah, you
but
do have a
it's
healing
the second
spirit.
one.
That's right.
Mhm. So, I mean, perhaps Nakano or yourself could maybe hold on to it.
Nakano gets the
How about
drums.
Nakano gets the healing potion because you have the lowest health?
Yeah, and then that way we always know it's on your hip belt, and if we need to bring you back up, we can certainly
Yeah.
do so.
She also moves
What
the
day-
fastest
Yeah.
too.
What day
she
is
can-
it?
Yeah.
22nd of High
20
Rock.
second health. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hmm?
You'll understand. I've been waiting for this for long, just to say it. So, just continue.
It is
Okay.
okay. Yes, today is the 22nd. Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so do you want me to take the water breathing then, or do you? Who wants that one?
Sure, you can take that.
Okay.
I'm probably not very good at swimming, so.
I've adapted. Let's
Yeah.
just say.
Oh, that's
maybe
right. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we can combine the powers if need be.
Do you think you could graft gills onto your body?
Probably. Just need a little time and some good, compatible with my anatomy, of course.
Yeah.
It's a little more tricky than on my arms, though, for me to do surgery on myself, on my neck, because I can't see it. So I might
Right.
need some mirrors, that
True.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, could do that.
Okay, guys. So for the rest of the day, just normal travel. You get closer to the Bagaket archipelago. Anybody remember how long I said it was going to take to get there? Somebody write it down.
Give me one moment. Let me see.
It's just been a while. Let's check my notes here.
It's been a while.
Been a while. Page 40.
Can anybody
John,
else
you're
use the
breathing
dart?
really heavily into the mic.
I don't change anything. I don't really understand why that happens.
I think, your microphone just at some point just wants to pick up your breath at some point.
Can anybody else use the dart?
Anyone
So
else?
Yeah.
I would assume.
Like a
the
simple-
dart is a... Oh, I have to look.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's
as
a
like a
simple
weapon?
So anybody
Yeah.
that can use simple weapons.
Yeah, I can use it.
the dart.
Okay, cool. Do you want to hold on to the dart to scoop it? I mean, it kind of goes with your aesthetic.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to make it into an arrow, so I can tie the arrow to it and shoot it, and
It is a simple
that-
ranged weapon, so the ranger could use it, the cleric could use it, the rogue could use it. I think the only person that can is the sorcerer. Let me double check.
I don't think I have how long it would take us. I'm sorry.
Okay, I will find it.
I failed.
I plan on getting hit by a meteor anyways.
I mean, can't
Oh no,
happen
the
twice,
sorcerer
right?
can use it as well. In fact, every single one of the member of the party can, even Hurt.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yes.
She's definitely not getting it.
specifically says that the sorcerers are proficient in darts. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
So yeah, who wants to hold on to it though?
It'll be me or Nakano. Nakano feel like she has powers in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking, you don't have a magical weapon on you, right, the Scoop? Other than, of course, your magic.
I barely even use my weapons, but I could use it when time is needed.
Right.
I can hear you, Sean, breathing heavily.
I don't know. It's okay. I'll just be muted.
Sorry.
Okay. So you departed from Saivesh to go to the Bagaket Archipelago, and if I'm not mistaken, and my measurements are accurate. If I do my calculations,
I can make whirlpools through my level or through my new powers.
and by traveling,
Okay.
I'm just not
Nakano?
sure if Nakano wants it just
Yeah.
to have it. She has a bow instead of
I can add. I can hold on to it. It's fine. Not that large,
Okay.
right? How many darts?
It's just one dart.
Oh, just one dart.
Yeah, but you can always go and get it, like I do with my chakrams if I
Okay.
miss.
or you can tie like a little rope to it, like a thread.
Does it at least float?
you have about 10 more days of travel. So somebody write that down. Given the 22nd of High Lock, at the end of the 22nd of High Lock, at the end of your day's travel, you have 10 more days of travel before you get to the perimeter of the Bagaket Archipelago.
Really cool. Not read it.
Okay. So the rest of the day for you guys is smooth sailing. You guys, you don't encounter anything. You got your potions, you got your stuff, you got your magical dart. After about an hour with this mining pick, Tamron, you attune to it because this item requires attunement. Do you have an attunement slot available?
I sure do. I don't have any other magical item.
Great. I am going to send you in our private chat here. Well, our private thing here. I'm going to put it in the magic items what this is.
I'm laughing because I was checking my phone and I got a notification about Venmo. I was like, why not notification? And like, you said the queen of credit card, a specific credit card.
Mute yourself.
The queen of specific credit card.
I think she tried to mute herself, but she forgot.
Oh.
Oh my god, it's so funny. He Venmoed me something. It's like,
We could only hear part of it. So
Yeah,
don't
it's
worry.
fine.
It's hard to hear what you're saying
fine.
with those AirPods. Okay, so great. So you attune to it. That is what it's there. So for those listening, this simple yet sturdy pickaxe boasts a polished wooden handle and a head loaded with carefully carved arcane runes. It says arcade. Oh no, it should be arcane. I'll fix that. You gain a +1 bonus to hit and damage rolls made with this weapon. This weapon also does an extra 2d6 damage to constructs and creatures made from clay, stone, glass, metal, or other earthen ores. And
Whoa.
That's nice.
in the
I gave him
hand-
2 hats for this.
Yeah. In the hands of a skilled archaeologist, once for a short or long rest, you may whisper the name of a material that can be derived from the earth, such as a gemstone, a metal, or a type of rock. Whenever the archaeologist's pick gets within, I'll fix that as well, gets within 30 feet of said material, it will thrum softly as the runes begin to faintly glow. The pick gives no indication of the material is magical, what direction it lies in, or if the exact distance you are from it. The pick continues to focus on said material while attunement is maintained until its focus is changed.
Cool.
There you go. So it's a very efficacious divining miner's pick or archaeologist.
What is a mining pick even a weapon? Like, what is
It is
the
a war
regular?
pick. It is a war pick. It should say that right under it says war pick rare requires attunement. So if you look into the weapons table, a war pick is under under martial melee weapons. Now, normally sorcerers do not have a proficiency with this. With your proficiency in like mining picks and stuff like that, I will absolutely give you a proficiency in war pick. It doesn't make sense for you not to. A war pick is a 1d8 piercing damage, and that's it. It's not a light weapon. It's not a finesse weapon, which means it is a strength-based 1d8 piercing damage weapon.
Okay, so the attack is
attack will be your proficiency
strength
plus your strength modifier
plus
one. And the damage will be your strength modifier plus 1.
That's pretty sick.
It also is a magical weapon, so it does magical damage, so it bypasses resistances for those things.
Okay.
Cool.
Fun.
So you have attuned to said item. You rest this evening. You go to sleep. What?
I want to test something. I want to test a spell. It's sending, but I want to test how long it is. So I'm going to send to. I'm going to just say, Nikon, I'm just going to test how long the spell actually lasts for. I'm going to cast it and scream as long as I can, and see how long the spell actually lasts until it goes off.
You're gonna scream in Nakano's head.
Yes.
Say what?
Okay, fine. I'll do the sound then.
Okay, so it's Nakano. You hear for 25 seconds in your head until it drops off.
Oh, so it's 25 seconds. Okay. Good.
And what am I supposed to do? Just
you can respond to the squeal if you'd like. Anything you say, Scoop will hear in his head. For 25 words.
fuck you.
He cares. I'm going to use 3 more sendings to random people in Shylong and say, I should really go for bread and breakfast.
Random people,
God.
you have to be familiar with them in order to send them in sendings.
Why do I have to be familiar?
It specifically says it in the spell.
Well, I know, but like, if I'm just saying, like the people I saw at in the crowds or
Yeah,
whatnot,
you have to like know their
does that
name
count?
or know exactly what they look like. You have to be familiar with them.
I would assume I know like a few, right? I don't just.
Yeah, I'd say that you probably know offhand a couple members of the court.
Okay.
Maybe some of the people that. Yeah, like here's the deal. In order for you to do a sending, so here's how I'm just going to rule it, just to make it easy, so that I set the precedent. Okay. If a scoop doesn't know the name of a person or doesn't specifically know a person and what they look like due to some sort of like prescient interaction, then you can't send a sending to them. You can try to send a sending to someone that a scoop has not met. And by that I mean Cameron, but that a scoop has not met in person if another person like does their best at describing them, tells them your name, like draws a picture of who they are, but it has a chance of failure. Does that make sense?
So I have to know their name and what they look like?
It helps.
So what if I just know what they look like then? It just
that's less of being familiar. Like for it to 100% work, you have to know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Make sense? But yeah, you can like test it out if you want. You can send it to a couple of people that you know, like maybe some of the vendors and the merchants, like those. You could send one to what's his name?
I'll do that.
The tailor and a couple of other people that were there. You can do it to those because you had like meaningful interactions with them. Great. Yeah. You do so, and you are an ad. You go and send out spam to people in Saivesh to come visit your establishment. Amazing. Some of the people were sleeping because they were having a bit of siesta, and they're like, what? Oh, rude, and then just go back to sleep. But other people are like,
No, I made.
I
Well,
really
does it?
could use bread and breakfast.
All
This
right.
feels like some creepy Jeff Bezos shit right here.
A drone just shows up at your door. Hey, you need super glue?
I was just trying to say, like, as if they were thinking it, but I guess it's not really how it works either.
They're like, hey, I heard you were listening to hurdy-gurdy music. Here's a hurdy-gurdy. Please give me $300.
All right. So that's what I did
Okay, cool. You
What's
do
even
that.
funner?
to three
What's even
people.
funnier is if you do it to the person that you think you know,
Or-
like, but you send it to the trying to be that feminine voice, let's say, and it ends up being like a dude, and you trying to in their head, like, oh,
Like the
silly.
Amazon voice.
Yeah, kind of, or like you're trying to match what their vocal cords are like, but it's just
Oh,
like,
I understand. You're
exactly.
trying to make it sound like it's their inner voice, like in their
Yeah.
own head. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, roll me a performance check.
This. I don't like this at all.
God, leave it to Cameron.
13.
13. Okay. During one of them, your voice cracks a little bit, and they're like, "Look, I didn't realize my inner child was still going through puberty." Great. That happens. The rest of you, then the sun sets and the ship keeps going. Oh, right. I am an idiot. The ship is going. Duh. The ship keeps going
We're
during the
there.
night. The ship keeps going during the night, so this makes sense. 270. Hold on, let me just redo my calculations here.
Oh, so it's
You're
like
there,
half
no.
then? No, it's probably halved. Wait.
Well, yeah, so it's. Just double check. Well, it's over an 8-hour period, but it does a little less because of that. So you guys actually only have 7 more days left to travel. So let's adjust that. 7 more days of full travel if the ship continues to go through the night. The ship doesn't go as fast in the night because it's not fully manned, but it's still pretty fast. It's only marginally slower because you don't have someone constantly like.
We have a full crew now.
You do have a full crew, right? You do have a full crew. Holy shit! Right, so you can take shifts and have somebody on tack while you guys are sleeping. 4 hours and a start again. Yeah, the whole thing. 4 hours on, 4 hours off, 4 hours on again. Holy crap!
We're there.
No. You guys have 6 days of travel. 6 days of travel left. Amazing.
Okay.
Yes, the full crew. Guys, that almost cut your travel time in half having a full crew. Wow.
That's
And
awesome.
having nighttime.
Yes,
Yeah.
and nighttime being a thing. Sorry, apologies. Okay, so great. You guys, if there's nothing else, then you guys rest. It is a nice rest. A little shaky after the encounter with the large dragon serpent, the Shy Fei Long. All of your superstitions as to whether or not they actually existed have now been dispoused and dismissed, and you are now sure of the existence of dragons, especially on the seas, the ones that arc lightning through the sky, although they're not entirely stable in the mind. Some tragedy and tragicness having something to do with them, so it makes them even more dangerous. But Tamron made a promise that he would try to find whoever he was in this continuum, and you fall asleep with that in the forefront of your mind. You get a long rest. You wake up the next day on the 23rd of High Lock, and we're going to take our little break here. Great.
Cool.
So we'll take a
Cool.
couple minutes, and we'll be back, guys. Stay tuned. And if you're watching this episodically, head over to the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.